Chapter 6, Learning, Mimi Riley and Maddie Eccles. Miss Day, Period 4, BDF, Period 6, ACE. Operant conditioning, a type of learning in which behavior is strengthened followed by reinforcement and is weakened followed by a punishment. Classical conditioning, a previously neutral stimulant that gains the power to cause a response. Facts, Ivan Pavlov discovered classical conditioning on accident. Classical conditioning is when Ivan Pavlov was a Russian scientist who won the Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine in 1904. He found a strange discovery when studying the digestive system on dogs, and how the dogs would begin to salivate more when they had food compared to when they weren't eating. Then he discovered that the dogs would salivate by just looking at the food. He would use different signals like a bell, and whenever the dog heard it, he would begin to salivate and knew that his food was coming. This is how classical conditioning was discovered. Unconditioned stimulus is an unlearned stimulus and is when you react to something automatically and it triggers a response. An unconditioned response is an unlearned response in which you react automatically to the UCS. In this situation, the unconditioned stimulus would be the expired mayo and the unconditioned response would be the girl getting sick. A conditioned stimulus is a previously neutral response, but now is a trigger response. A conditioned response is the learned response to a previously neutral stimulus. The conditioned stimulus would then be the turkey sandwich in general, and the conditioned response would be the girl feeling nauseous. Positive reinforcement is when you strengthen the behavior by adding a stimulus. When the student gets an A on the test, her mom gives her money, thus strengthening the behavior. Negative reinforcement is when strengthening the behavior by subtracting a stimuli. The girl puts on sunscreen to avoid getting burnt. Positive punishment is when you weaken the behavior by adding a stimuli. In this situation, when someone sticks their hand in a fire, they get badly burned. Negative punishment is when you weaken the behavior by subtracting a stimuli. When the kids begin to fight, their parents do not allow them to watch TV anymore. A fixed ratio is a predictable number of responses. So if you click a button 5 times, you will get a cookie. A fixed interval is a predictable amount of time. Every 5 minutes you wait, you get a cookie. Variable ratio is an unpredictable number of responses. When you play a slot game at a casino and you win every once in a while. Variable interval is an unpredicted amount of time. Going to school and having a pop quiz.